Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Then we continue with the Doppler effect. So now we go for the cases of the Doppler effect. So first we look for the case number 1. Case number 1 is the understanding the apparent frequency heard by the observer. So we go for the case number 1. So case number 1 in general is a source is moving. So the source of the sound wave is moving, but the observer is stationary. So that means the observer is not moving. Okay, so we go for the case 1. Source is moving towards. So now the source of the sound wave is moving towards stationary observer. Okay, so we study the diagram. So here is the S source, and then the source of the sound wave. So the sound wave produced by the source. So the frequency is we write as a Fs, and then the source Vs is the speed of the source. So the source is moving here, and then here is the observer. So observer is stationary. That means the speed of the observer is equal to 0 because the observer is stationary. Okay, so the source that produce the wave front. So here is the wave front, and then the wave front is towards to the stationary observer. Okay, so V is the speed of the sound. Okay, so first thing we have to know either this wavefront have the lambda prime or lambda prime prime. So because the wavefront is in front of the source, so we have the lambda prime. Okay, so now we know either is a lambda prime or lambda prime prime. It's confirmed here is a lambda prime because in front of the source. Okay, so in general the equation is V is equal to the F lambda, but then we manipulate this equation we have here. So the Fp is the apparent frequency. So the apparent frequency is equal to the relative motion. So this one is the relative motion between what? So between the wavefront. So the wavefront, here is the wavefront. Wavefront and the observer. Okay. So the relative motion, so we see here the wavefront V, because the observer is stationary, so the Vp is equal to 0. Then we can write the relative motion between the wavefront and then the observer as a V minus Vp. So here we put as a minus. Actually we can put a positive. Why? Because the observer is a stationary, so the Vp is equal to 0, and then over the lambda prime. So we continue with the equation here, and then the lambda prime is here. So the lambda prime, so we just memorize, we use the equation for the lambda prime. So and then we manipulate the equation, we have this equation. So then we can write as a Fp, the apparent frequency heard by the observer, is equals to the V over the V minus Vs. Vs is a speed of the source, V is the speed of the wavelength, speed of the sound wavefront, then over the Fs. Fs is a real frequency or the original frequency from the source. Then we declare, we can go to the conclusion. So Fp is a apparent frequency heard by the observer is higher compared to the original frequency. That's the first case. So we go for the second case. For the source is moving, but observer is stationary. So in second case, its source is moving away from the stationary observer. Source is moving away from the stationary observer. So the observer stays stationary. So the Vp, the speed of the observer, is equal to 0. But in this case, the source is moving away. So they're moving here. For example, they are moving here. Observer is here. So we need to declare either is the lambda prime or lambda prime prime. So in this case, so the sound wave propagate to here, but the source is moving here. So here is confirmed as a wave front at the back of the source. So we need to use lambda prime prime. V is the speed of the sound. So as usual, we apply this equation, then we can write as the Fp, apparent frequency, is equal to the relative motion, so between the wavefront and the observer, over the lambda prime prime. So we write as a relative motion between the wavefront and the observer. So here is the speed of the wavefront minus the Vp, because the observer is stationary, so it's equal to 0 over the lambda prime prime, because wavefront is at the back of the source. Then we manipulate the equation. We can get this one. We replace the lambda prime prime as a V plus Vs over Fs. Then we can write the equation, this one. So here is the apparent frequency. So heard by the observer equals to the V, the speed of the sound, over the V, speed of sound, plus the Vs, speed of the source, times the Fs. Fs is the original frequency. Then we can see here the conclusion is the Fv is less than the original frequency. So in this case, the observer heard the lower frequency compared to the original frequency. That for the case number 2, for the source is moving, observer is the stationary. Okay, so we continue for the second case. For the second case, okay, so for the second case, in general, is a source is stationary, so the observer is moving. So in this case, the source of the sound wave is stationary, is not moving, but the observer is moving. So observer is moving, that means is moving toward the source or is moving away from the source. So we go one by one. So we go for the case A. Observer is moving toward the source. Okay, so here is the observer. So observer is moving toward the source with the speed Vp, and then the source is not moving. So of course the Vs, the speed of the source, is equal to 0. So they produce you the wavefront. So here is the wavefront. Okay, but because the source is not moving, when the source is not moving, so we don't have the lambda prime. We don't have the lambda prime, and also we don't have the lambda prime prime. Why? Because the source is not moving, so we don't know either the source is in front or the source at the back. So we don't have that one. So we have only is the wavelength, normal wavelength, lambda. Okay, clear. Okay, so continue. So then we go to the Fp, apparent frequency, is always the same as usual, relative motion between the wavefront and then the observer. So over the lambda. So okay, so be careful here. So we need to understand in this case is the relative motion. Okay, so here is the Vp. So the Vp, and then here is the V, the speed of sound, and here is the VP. So and then speed of sound is here, so speed of the VP is here. So they're toward each other, V and VP. So we have to declare as a positive. Why? Because they are moving toward each other. So that's why we need to apply the positive. And then of course we lambda is equal to here V over Vs. So we replace here, then we can get this equation. So in this equation we can write as a apparent frequency V plus Vp over the V times the original frequency of the source, and then we can say, so the absorber heard the higher frequency compared to the original frequency. Clear that the case A, absorber is moving but the toward to the source. So we go for the case number 2. Case number 2, absorber is moving away from the source. Okay, so here is the absorber. So then the speed of the absorber is the Vp. Now it's moving away. The source is here, so the absorber is moving away from the source. So source is stationary, so Vs, the speed of source, is equal to 0. So we continue. So Fp is a relative motion. So the relative motion between wavefront and then the absorber. Okay, so we need to understand in this case for the relative motion. Okay, so between the wavefront, so the wavefront and then the Vp, the speed of the absorber. So because the speed is moving here, so the speed of the wavefront is moving here, they also the moving here, so both V and the V are in parallel, so that means we have to use the negative. So the relative motion V minus the Vp, so over the lambda, because lambda in this case we don't have the lambda prime or the lambda prime because the source is not moving. So and then we replace here lambda with V over the Vs, original frequency, and then we can get this equation. Fp is equal V minus Vp over V times Fs. So conclusion, so the absorber will heard the less frequency compared to the original frequency. Understand for the case number 2. So for the case number 2, be careful because we need to understand in detail. So the relative motion. So the relative motion between the wavefront and then the absorber. Wavefront and absorber. How we can use the plus and when we can use the minus. Understand this one. Okay, so we continue for the case number 3. So we can go for the case number 3. So we go for the case number 3. Case number 3 is source and absorber both are moving. So case number 3, source and absorber are moving. So in this case we have two types. The first one is towards each other, and then the second one is away from each other. So we go for the toward each other. Okay, source is moving, so the observer is moving, so they are moving toward each other. So in this case we have the lambda prime and lambda prime because the source is moving. So in this case the source is moving here, so they produce the wavefront. So in this case this wavefront is in front of the source, so we use the lambda prime. Okay, so in this case we go for the apparent frequency relative motion. So as usual, relative motion between the wavefront and then the absorber. Okay, look here. So V is toward here, and then the Vp is toward here. So we have the V and then VP is toward each other, and then we have the relative motion. We need to use the plus V plus the VP. Okay, so over the lambda prime, so we replace the lambda prime with this equation, because we know the lambda prime is equal to the V minus Vs over the Fs. So, and then we replace here, so we have this equation. So this equation Fp is equal to the V plus Vp over V minus Vs times the Fs. So we can get the apparent frequency here. Just I write here, just to make sure we don't forget the what is meant by the Fp. Fp is the apparent frequency. Fs is the original frequency from the sound source of sound. So case number B is case B is away from each other. So that means the source is moving away. So from the observer, the also is moving away from the source. Okay, so first thing we have to declare either is a lambda prime or lambda prime prime. So I'm very clear here. So source is moving here, so this wavefront is at the back of the source, so we use the lambda prime prime. So and then as usual, we have to find the relative motion between the wavefront and then the observer. The wavefront here is V is moving here, and then VP is moving here, so both in the parallel same direction. So then we have to use the minus. So V minus VP over the lambda prime. So we replace the lambda prime prime with the V plus the Vs over the Fs. So we are replacing here. So and then we have this equation. So we can find the Fp. So by apply this equation, so the difference between this equation is a positive here, and here is a negative. Then we can find the apparent frequency. For this one is the case number 3. So we have already case number 1, case number 2, and case number 3. Then I hope you understand how to find the apparent frequency by each cases. So for that one is thank you.